Welcome back to the Weekend Warrior Show Recap Podcast. I'm Ty from the Unemployed Architects. This week I'm talking about the shows I had. Friday night I played in Bloomington at Crafted, and then Saturday I played in Fairbury at Gigs Place. So just a couple shows. Nothing too major happened on either of them, but Friday Crafted, the last time I'd played there was a little bit rough. It was not very many people showed. The people that were there, were all gone by a certain point. I ended up packing up a little early. This time was not the case. I had a few groups of people that were there that had come to see me, and some that were just kind of hanging out that were into it. And so it was quite the turnaround from the last time. I felt more seen, I guess, ultimately. And it ended up, by the end of it, it was just like a couple groups of two that were, requesting some of my original music, and that always, obviously I like that, but anyway, and the other group there was, enjoying it. So both those things combined made it fun, even though it wasn't like elbow to elbow or anything. Still had a good time, and I was glad that people showed up. And I did some really old covers, or old originals that I haven't done in a while. So I did like DJ Scribbles and The Jester, because I usually don't do those with the foot drums. And I actually started early. I played at like 6:30 because I was afraid, because there was a few tables there. I was like, oh, they're definitely going to leave before 7, so I should just get started now. And I did. And Kevin and Kendall, my bass player, and his wife, which are both good friends of mine, the ones that play or Kev plays bass on the album and the singles and stuff, but they came out for a while, and that was awesome. I only had like a second to kind of catch up with them, but it was fantastic to get a chance to see them, although I do always feel like I would rather just, when they come see me play, I don't get a chance to like hang out, really. I'm just playing music the whole time, which is fun, but it's nice to actually catch up and talk and stuff. And I'm not a big break taker, so even on my breaks that I take, it's like quick. And then I was also afraid that if I stopped, I would lose like everybody else that was there. So anyway, that was Friday night. It was a good time. Saturday. Oh, and I had an interview at WGLT for my upcoming release, Pandemic Relief EP Live Near Normal, which has not been... The interview went really well. I did a really nice article, and it was a transcript of the recorded interview, which you can listen to on the WGLT website, about the project. He asked me questions. He had a chance to listen and kind of get the idea of what it was. And so the EP was supposed to be released February 15th, which was Tuesday, and I failed. That's kind of the bottom line. You can still listen to it. It's still available to watch and stream on YouTube, but as of now, the artwork isn't right, and apparently they sent me an email about it that I didn't see, and I haven't logged in since I, set the release all up and everything. So, not released to other streaming platforms like I wish it would. So this is such a, I was excited to get everything done and promote it and everything, and then it kind of fell flat ultimately. The interview was still really good, something to listen to, hopefully get people excited. And then I still had the YouTube playlist to point everybody to, and I was sending the article around for people to check it out and sharing it and everything. But of course I would have liked it to be on all the streaming sites as well, but gotta fix the artwork. They didn't like the QR code. So the whole idea is that it's a live performance that the album art, you can, it's going to be on vinyl, so you can scan the cover, the QR on the cover, which is kind of built into the artwork, and it will go directly, so you can watch the live stream, or the live performances. But it didn't really, again, all the streaming sites probably weren't a fan of that, so I have to change the artwork, and then re-release it, and then that'll probably take a couple weeks. So kind of a bummer, but you live and you learn. And 2 months, nobody will care probably, but not that anybody cares a whole lot as we speak, but if they did, in 2 months, nobody will be thinking about it. Anyway, so that was cool. It was super nice of John Norton to have me on and talk to me about the project, and I got some stuff off my chest, so that was good. And then I had the crafted show that went well, and then Saturday I just had Gigs Place in Fairbury. That was pretty straightforward show. Ultimately, it was early. It was 7:30 to 10:30. She changed the time on me like the week of, which whatever. Had a couple groups out. They were doing like a Valentine's Day special since it was the Saturday before Valentine's, and I had a couple friends come out from Pontiac, so that was awesome that they made the trip. And the staff's always so nice to me there, and I usually like catching up with all those guys. They were saying they aren't sure who the boss, the owner, Guylin is her name, I believe, was saying that she wasn't sure if they were going to be open much longer, which would be a little bit of a bummer for me because that's definitely a spot. So I did pick up another show there on St. Patrick's Day, so I was happy to at least maybe get in there one more time. I don't know if they'll close or not. She seemed pretty unsure, but she said it's a possibility. So, get out and get your food at Gigs Place in Fairbury while you can, I suppose. But maybe if enough people go, that they'll stay open. But they have a painting business on the side, and they've been doing it forever. So they're just, I don't know, they weren't super positive what they were gonna do. But anyway, and then her son Dalton and Keegan, which I think just works there as well. Those guys are always just super nice and complimentary, and I usually end up talking to them for longer than I probably should because I should get out of there and get home at a decent time sometimes, because the next day we ended up going to Chicago, which that was a whole adventure all in itself. It was it was the Valentine's Day weekend. Lo took the Sunday and Monday off of work, and she set it all up, so it was not much on me to do, which, obviously I'm a fan of. I'm more of a homebody, I guess. I like to, when I'm staying at home or have the day off, like to just relax all day. But she's gets bored of that, so she set this all up, and we rode the train up, and it was definitely stressful because we, it was like, last minute, we were setting up the Airbnb the 2 a.m. the night before, and then we had to catch the train, and then it snowed and we couldn't get a lift, and we got up there and it all worked out. We ate at some cool places. We went to the Art Institute of Chicago, which was kind of right by the train station. We mainly just walked around. It was it was cold. And then we went on this architecture tour, which I'm pretty sure wasn't really meant for people like Lo and I, but, I think it's a lot, probably more meant for people from other countries and stuff. But it was a different look at the city. We kind of went to some cool spots that we probably wouldn't have seen. Got some cool skyline shots of everything, and it was cold. And our Airbnb we couldn't check into before the architecture tour started, so I ended up carrying around our bag for the whole time. It was like 7 hours of walking, and I of course didn't wear the right shoes and didn't dress appropriately. But all that being said, it was fun. It was just something different, which is nice. It's kind of refreshing to change it up. And then we stayed the night, and then got back to the train station the next day, which we took the subway a couple times. We took some lifts sometimes. I don't know. It was a pretty. We definitely got our Chicago style pizza, our stuffed Chicago pizza. We went to a gyro place which had gyros and Chicago style hot dogs, and then we went to this British kind of. I don't remember what the place was called, but pretty laid back little bar that was pub, I guess you'd want to say, and it had some pretty good food that we ate that was just kind of more low key. Oh, we went to one other place that we just ended up at and got some food for the Airbnb, and then of course we passed out super early because we were all tired from waking up. We probably got up at 8:30 to get to the train, and then walking around pretty much the whole day. We got, I think Lo was telling me we got like 18,000 steps or something, and then I had the 15-pound bag on top of that. So that was, I consider that my workout for the day, I guess. But it was fun. It was just a change of pace, which every once in a while you need that. And I don't know, there's something cool about just walking in the city that maybe you don't, maybe I don't, think about as much, because when I'm in the city, usually I have a place to be, and it's a pain to get anywhere. And I think, but having more than just whatever happens, we'll just see that's kind of a different attitude you're allowed there. And we had just looked at our options in front of us and just did some stuff, and it was interesting, and saw some cool art. There was a Egyptian what's the word? I can't think of it. Like installment, we'll call it, an Egyptian installment at the Art Institute. So saw a bunch of old Egyptian stuff, and I walked up a bunch of stairs with that bag, and a bunch of different art. I think we saw a lot of Asian art, like old statues and figurines and stuff like all kind of clay or other things. But anyway, it was cool. It was a different kind of way to spend a Sunday, that's for sure. And just it's always good to do something different, and I'm not very good at making myself do that, so I'm glad Lo was kind of all about it. So anyway, so that's really all I got this week. This next weekend I really only have a couple shows. I have Friday I'm at Golden Fox Brewery in Decatur, and then I'm playing at the Coffee House on Saturday afternoon. And I'm supposed to be a guest on a podcast on Saturday evening, and then Sunday I'm doing a podcast with my buddy Kendrick. So that'll be one of these coming up that you'll see. So anyway, I appreciate anybody who takes the time to listen, and I'll just talk to you next time. All right, have a nice day. Bye.